Welcome to Home with Simone. My name is Simone, and a huge thank you to each and every one of you that continuously supports my channel. Whether new or existing subscribers, I appreciate you all. Today's video is another kitchen update. The goal was to be as budget friendly and renter friendly as possible when updating my kitchen. If you guys haven't already seen my previous video, check it out because I show you in better detail how I install the peel and stick on my cupboards. I initially wanted to take out the old backsplash that I have, which is just a peel and stick from Dollarama, and install new ones. But that was very expensive to get the look that I wanted with the white tiles. So I decided just to paint the original peel and stick that was there. And when I was done, I was super happy. Now, I'm not going to lie, this took a couple layers of paint, but it was worth it. This is what the countertops look like, and I was not feeling it anymore. Keeping in mind, I've got beautiful cupboards, I've got this really nice white backsplash, and then I have this orangey kind of 80s looking countertops. I have some extra peel and stick remaining from the cupboards, and I had quite a bit, so I decided let me cover my counters and see if I'm going to like it. This was the first little section that I did, and I was a little hesitant, but I decided let me just go all in. What's the worst that can happen? I can peel it off. I know a lot of times when looking at the application for peel and stick, I see a lot of people cut it and then they attach the part that goes in the backsplash separately from the countertop itself. For me, I like to limit the amount of seams and cutting that I do. So I start my application a little bit higher up, then I match my seams, and then I go a little bit further down in the bottom of the counter to give me enough to work with to stick it underneath. In that way, I don't have to worry about too many gaps or spaces in between where I am connecting one piece to the other of my peel and stick paper. This also makes it easier for cleaning. When I'm wiping down my counters, I don't have to worry about the paper lifting because that is exactly what will happen after time. It will lift, and if you don't have it put nice and close to the original piece that you put down, then you end up getting food particles and debris stuck in between that piece, and now you end up having darker lines, almost like grout, right? You just end up having these darker lines on the counter. So I'm going to show you guys how I do it. Honestly speaking, there's no magic to it. Everybody has their own way. But the one thing I want to suggest is when you're getting your peel and stick, see if you can get one that has a grid behind it, because straight edges, straight lines are super important to a seamless application. This is just for the little corner part by the fridge that I'm doing here. And just like the other parts of the counter, I start higher up. But what I do is, if you notice, when I'm putting it down, I don't overlap it, but I put it extremely close and then I push down. So you're not seeing that connection. You're not seeing where it goes from one to the other with the naked eye. Now, if you go and stand and stare at the counter closely, obviously you're going to see the difference. But the illusion of it being one piece is what I was going for, and that's what I achieved at the end of the day. There is a couple other little tricks that I do. I do not fold my peel and stick corners. I cut the corners right against the counter. In that way, it just makes it a lot easier for me to have that seamless finish and it doesn't lift. At this point, you guys can see we've got some work to do here. We've got a lot of things that are just aesthetically ugly. So first things first is where I attach the paper, I want to protect that. On some parts of my countertop, I was using a little bit of the scrap, so I didn't get to do things in exactly the most perfect way. What I did though is the areas that I ended up having to cut, like this part here, I had to apply it in a way I don't like. I just took the clear grout and, the clear adhesive, and I'm just going over where I connected it. This adds extra protection for my counter. when there's spills or if I'm wiping and cleaning it. And this will definitely prevent or help to minimize any of the lifting that can happen from constant irritation on the counters. If you're like me, I am constantly wiping my counters and trying to keep them clean. So any additional support, I suggest. And you know what? You can't lose from this because it dries clear. Now the top part, where the peel and stick ends and the backsplash begins, I used a white adhesive. And the reason why I used that was because I painted the wall white and my backsplash is white. I wanted something that would kind of blend in a lot nicer. And if I used the clear, all of those imperfections that we just saw, all of the spaces and empty spots, it will just show up because the clear doesn't have the coloring. So it will look exactly the same. That was the reason why I decided to choose the white. I keep catching myself saying adhesive. It's caulking, but you know what? It works like an adhesive anyway. So I just wanted to correct that. I am using the adhesive caulking. So if you hear me refer to it as adhesive, you guys know what I'm talking about. The other thing I wanted to address really quickly is that you can see that I'm using my fingers. I'm not using a tool and I'm not wearing gloves. Okay, let's be honest. I know I'm not going to get hurt from this, but I'm going to put a disclaimer out there. Guys, follow the instructions. The use is written on the back of the tube. So anything you get, follow the instructions and you'll be completely fine. Don't just look at the video and say, oh, Simone did it, I'm doing it too. And then you end up getting yourself hurt. Okay, just putting that out there. I got these push lights from Home Depot. They were under $15, really affordable. I love that they come with everything that you need. So you have the screws if you want to screw it in. You have the double-sided adhesive. And when you get your lights, it comes with batteries. The 3 AAA batteries is included. So I think that's really budget friendly. I have been looking for motion detector lights, and I really feel like what I'm looking for doesn't exist because I'm finding a lot of nice ones. However, I'm not finding anything that I want for my specific space. Amazon has some great options, so does Home Depot. And once I find the one that I want, considering how much these things cost, I will definitely update you guys. But in the meantime, these are a great solution. They can also be used in so many different parts of your home. So this is not a loss for me. Once I get the lights I really want, these will find a new home. This is what they look like when the overhead kitchen light is off. I love the soft glow, and sometimes in the evenings, I literally will just turn off the light and leave these on. I think it's so pretty. And with the overhead light on, the look is just as gorgeous. It keeps the counters nice, light, and bright, and I highly recommend this. I am so excited with the progress of my kitchen, and I can't wait to show you guys more. Until then, I'll see you all in the very next video.